Here we go.
Here we go.
Last leg of hashtag Tour de Europe.
November 557, runway 26, cleared for takeoff, status wind 21016.
Clear for takeoff, runway 26, November 557. Alright, bit of a wind from the left. Nice and straight, so full power, plenty of time here. Landing RPM is good. No runway ahead, landing straight ahead if we need to. Laps away. Jersey approach, November 55557, departed Jersey, we're tracking VFR to the southeast, maintaining 1000.
November 55557, Jersey approach, good morning, cleared not above altitude 2000 feet, no navigation, Mont Saint-Michel.
Not above 2000, no navigation, Mont Saint-Michel, November 557.
Port of Saint Helier.
Saint Helier.
Been there, done that.
Thank you for yet another veggie burger on this tour of Europe.
It's beautiful. It's like the tropics, you know. It's like the Bahamas. This water, it's so blue.
November 557, Jersey Square, to Mont Saint-Michel.
Aero navigation, Mont Saint-Michel, we're going to the French coast and southbound, number 557.
Roger, understood.
He's just checking to make sure we're not lost.
That's right. This should be like, oh, Mont Saint-Michel. Stand by. If you've been watching the videos that we've been putting up on the channel over the last few weeks of me and Philippe flying around Europe, you'll probably have your own highlights. What's your highlight though? What's been your favourite thing that we've done this week?
This week? So when we started talking about this, you kind of left it up to me to figure out where we would go, right? To give you a bit of the breadth of experience, new airspaces, right? And so to make that the learning bit, I'll tell you now, because we're at the end of week one, that the places that we went to, bar from Lausanne, which I know very well already, are places that I've never really had an excuse to go to. You created that excuse, right? So people have been telling me for the last 4 or 5 years, hey, go to Silt, right? It's a cool spot to go. And then Lido. Everybody wants to go to Lido. And then San Johan, Kids Pool. I mean, I love the mountains.
That's the least I can do is to ask you to do all the heavy lifting to get us around Europe to help plan.
I barely did anything.
Oh, come on, mate. No,
you did it all. I went to a little bit of instruction.
Sell yourself short.
557, short leaving control airspace, I have no known traffic to affect you. City Squawk 7000 now, free call breast information 134.2.
Squawk 7000 and free call breast information 134.2, November 557. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Alright, my plan, I'm going to disengage.
Understood.
So Mont Saint-Michel was built in the 8th century.
8th century?
Yeah, and it's a commune. And still today there's 50 people that live on it. So there's the cathedral at the top. You see the spire, that's very pronounced. Then underneath you have the great halls. Today, so there's no cars or anything that go there. There's just buses for the tourists. That's what you're seeing on the footpath. But it's closed off with the tide, which made it a very defensible position.
And so when the tide comes in, this all fills up.
Yeah, you can't get out to it.
Can't get out to it.
But now you can with the road. I mean, you know, they've made it accessible for the tourists.
It's beautiful.
It
looks like a giant sandcastle.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Never seen that before.
Very impressive.
Only in photos or other videos. Never seen it before. That's beautiful.
That is Le Tour de Mont Saint-Michel.
We might need to redo our highlights of the trip. I've got to reconsider because that one was pretty cool too. They're all good. This is the problem. Everywhere we go is spectacular and new to me.
You just let me know when you want the plane back.
Okay, mon avion.
Ton avion.
Merci.
You know what we should do though?
What's that?
Jam to some French tunes.
Some French music. Philippe is now going to put some music on whilst we track across to the northern side of France, which I won't be able to put onto this video because otherwise we'll get a copyright warning. So I'm going to insert some
Other French
royalty-free, copyright-free, other French music as we track to the north of France. Dover approach, November 55557.
November 5557.
November 557, we are VFR just overhead Saint-Marie du Mont, turning eastbound on the coast. We're going to remain OCTA, current level 1,500.
Roger, confirm crash type, departure destination.
Destination is Booker in England, origin was Jersey.
Roger, 557, Squawk 7040 QNH 1013.
7040 and 1013, November 557.
So here's the beginning of the cliffs, and just on the other side of this is Omaha Beach. So this was a U.S. landing point, and it was the site of actually the most casualties.
Right.
So on D-Day there were 175,000 troops. Now the reason for it being the most casualties is because of these cliffs, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't an easy place to advance. So they got onto the beach. You can imagine this beach covered in fortifications, in anti-landing structures, in mines. The cliffs made it a really difficult place to land an attack. Up ahead you can see Longue du Mer. On D-Day they planned, right? This was obviously the launching point to reconquer Europe. That's why this is such a famous battle. But they needed to keep providing reinforcements, right? As the troops were going inland, they had to get more troops, and more troops, and more troops. So they realized, well, we need a big port, right?
Yeah.
They figured that the ports, like this one here and all dotted all along, Cannes further up, they figured that when the Germans would leave, they would destroy the ports. So this was the port. They built this port, and the first shipments were coming in within 36 hours of the start of D-Day.
Wow.
They dragged all these concrete fortifications, right, all the way from England. They were making them in England, dragged them across the channel, built this port, had huge jetties, and were able to offload then all the supplies needed for the conquering of Europe. All came through here. Just absolutely incredible. All built within 7 days.
7 days.
7 days they built a port, the largest port in, at the time. I mean, it's just incredible. Just incredible.
Gosh, it's actually it's an interesting feeling flying over this. And like you were saying just before we got to the coastline, that pretty much exactly 75 years ago,
this is where it happened.
This exact land that we're flying over, what those people were going through.
And our 57, we're at 1,500. We just want to fly over Pegasus Bridge and then go northbound, if that's okay.
Roger, report approaching Whiskey Golf.
Report approaching Whiskey Golf, November 57. Where we're going now is a bit of aviation history for you D-Day buffs. So the first action of D-Day was actually an aviation action. There were parachutists that were dropped behind enemy lines to secure certain key bridges, right, to cut off German reinforcements. And there was also sailplanes, gliders, right? These were huge, huge gliders. The gliders arrived 16 minutes past midnight. There were a dozen or so gliders that then came in fully loaded with troops, some even landing 50 meters away from this bridge, which was fortified by the German troops. Without being seen or heard, they landed in the dark 16 minutes past midnight. So there was a full moon, which was planned, obviously. It allowed for the biggest tides, so for the boats landing, but it also allowed for the parachutists and for these glider pilots in the middle of the night to see where they were coming in, or at least have a better sense. And you might be able to see each sailplane that went down is marked with a big white stone. So you'll see them, even when we're flying overhead like this, you'll see these plinths. There's one literally right on the path there. You see those paths?
Yeah.
So that marks where these gliders came down to secure the bridge. You can see in the museum there is one of the gliders right off the wingtip now.
I got it, yeah.
Contact Contour 134.525.
The accuracy of the flying to actually get into that location from being launched at night over the water, full moon or not, is still incredible piloting, isn't it?
Our last opportunity before we say goodbye to each other for the weekend.
we have to finish all the snacks.
We have only 3 more pounds to go. Snack food.
Wycombe Tower, November 55557, Cirrus SR20 with Victor 250, approaching Stoke Church mast, 1500, requesting the asphalt runway.
November 555 Tango 7 rather. Follow the procedure, join 24 left hand, QFE is 991 hectopascals, and look out for C42 also joining.
Okay, looking for traffic and joining left hand, runway 24, November 557.
Great. Let's go inbound. Let's do it.
I got it.
500.
November 557 on final, runway 24.
57, runway 24 hard, clear to land, status wind 20018.
Runway 24 hard, clear to land, November 557.
There we are. Oh, beautiful.
November 557, vacate left, cross the grass runway, taxi southbound, follow the marshals.
Oh, we're going to get more grass on your plane.
I know.